Hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Feeling Alive. I'm Cláudia, and joining me is Ana. Today we will be your hosts. So we are tackling a topic that is as relatable as forgetting your headphones on a long bus drive. That is the pressure to be productive at all times.
Seriously, isn't it wild how society expects us to be a CEO by 25, have a full skincare routine, and be social active? Who wrote this script, Marvel? So today, to join us on this discussion of this topic, we will have Luiz and Bárbara.
Hello everyone, my name is Luiz. I was born in Brazil in 2004, which means that I am 20 years old. I am currently doing my first year at the college. I'm studying business management, something like that. The name is hard anyways. And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming.
Hello, I'm Bárbara. I am 18 years old. I'm on my first year in the University of Coimbra doing psychology. And thank you for the invite as well.
Thank you too.
You're welcome. How are you feeling today? Are you ready to dive in this productivity pool? We know that this could be a little specific topic to address. So we would like to know first is, do you feel like you have enough time for yourself?
Well, I'm feeling really nervous right now because this is the first time that I'm doing something like this. And sorry, what was the first question again?
Do you feel like you have enough time for yourself? And what exactly is enough time for yourself?
Well, I think once I started college in September, which is something that basically turned my life upside down because it's crazy. I just changed all of my routines and the time that I was waking up and the time that I was going to bed and having lunch and everything. But to be honest, I think my routine in the college is going way better than it was in the secondary. So I actually feel that I have a lot of time for myself. I mean, I have less hours of classes, and I also dedicate some hours of being with myself and hanging out with my friends. And I think enough time for myself, it's just I can start my day and finish my day, and I feel just like comfortable with that. I don't miss anything. I don't miss time for like staying with my friends or studying or my family, even that I just hang out with them for the weekends. Once in the week I am at the school. But I do think I have time enough for myself, like in this period of my life. And that's it.
Yeah, so we can say you are one of the lucky ones if you feel like you have enough time.
I didn't find a job. That's
Okay.
the problem. Yet.
Yet, yeah.
But I will.
Yeah. Barbara, do you feel the same as Luis, or would you have a different opinion about it?
I agree, but exam season, I don't have any time for myself. I am always thinking about studying. I can't do anything else without like the anxiety of I have to study, I have to get good grades to pass the year like easily and not have to worry about it for the next 2 years or more. I think I'm going to be on university.
Okay. So thank you for that. This was really a serious question, and for you to try and understand. And actually, it's very relatable what you both were saying. So, do you think that this stress and anxiety is just a part of the school, or is also a part of being an adult? Like the adult starter pack, like having back pain and worrying with bills, or now that both of you are away in college, you have to cook for yourselves, you have to take care of your house. Meanwhile, you'll still have to keep up your grades. How do you feel about that?
It's a lot, especially in the beginning, because you're just moving into somewhere you don't know anything about. You don't have your parents with you to pay stuff, to just go and order stuff for yourself. You need to do, or else you'll just stay at home and starve or something. So
We don't want that.
exactly. So we need to be ourselves to do that and manage our own stuff without our parents beside us. And sometimes it was annoying, but it is really helpful still, because when you are on your own, you start realizing why your parents sometimes are frustrated, because It is frustrating.
Well, I could see when I moved to Coimbra for studying that I was really dependent on my parents in a way that, for example, I never thought like they were doing groceries all the time and now I had to do it by myself. Or they were the ones who cared like if I needed to go somewhere by car or if it was raining or if I had to take the bus. I mean, I suppose we have a family lunch at Sunday. What I need to do, I need to wake up at 11 and be ready at noon because they were driving and they were making the lunch and everything. So I was never worried about this type of stuff. And yes, when I moved to Coimbra, I could see all of this and all of that about just being by myself and doing all my stuff like laundry. What time is it? What time do I have to wake up? I know it sounds pretty stupid because I am 20 years old, but it's the truth. And I am really dependent on them. I could see that. But I think this months in Coimbra were really good, so I could improve a lot of myself about being by myself, about doing my stuff. And I think it's part of adulthood just to have anxiety and stress because once you turn an adult, you just need to... You see that you have to do a lot of stuff by yourself, and it depends a lot of what we consider being adult. I mean, a lot of people move to college at 18 or at 25. Are they adult enough or no? So, well, it depends.
So you would say that being an adult is being anxious. Like there is no other way around it.
I think it's part of it. I think it's part of it.
Yeah.
Is that how you see adulthood as well, Bárbara?
A little bit, yeah. You start working a lot. It's the major focus, the major part where you start focusing on your life. Maybe in the beginning when you're like, okay, it's university, you're still kind of in school. Not the same, but it's still kind of in school. You don't have all the responsibilities yet because then you finish and then you have to start worrying about working, getting a job on the course you took, and then worrying about the house and getting food and the car and yeah, everything.
I mean, if we summarize on being an adult having more responsibilities, then yes, it's always stressful, I think.
Yeah. If you could pinpoint the thing that at the moment is giving you the more stress, would you say it's school? Because as we know, for young people, school, it's a very stressful matter. Or it's just a conjunction of many things and school just adds on it?
I mean, I am in Coimbra and I'm dealing with a lot of stuff because of school. So yes, I would say that school is probably the biggest part of being responsible. But I think it's also like the collateral effects about being in school. So time management and money management, for example. And I think those things are the ones that are getting me more stress at the time.
Okay, and for you, Bárbara?
Yeah, I agree. It's mostly school, mostly exams at this moment. But also, I'm still getting used to it too, living alone. Like, alone without my parents with me to support everything I do, like making my own decisions and suffering the consequences of those decisions.
Yeah, that's good.
So I've noticed that you talk a lot about your parents, which is, I mean, young people, they get to a point where usually they are like, no, I don't want to talk about my parents. But apparently that was one of the biggest changes in your life, and that's what, at the moment, gives you this anxiety, this stress feeling when you look at your day-to-day, correct?
Yeah, for sure. I was always really dependent on my parents. I mean, I was always really connected to them.
Yeah.
So it's not about only physical things like doing something or getting something or driving somewhere. It's also about like, how can I explain? When I am in the week in Coimbra and then Friday I arrive at home, I just feel like full of energy back. I fulfill myself with my parents. I just feel more comfortable because I am with them. And if anything happens in the weekend, I am at home and I do have them, which is something that it doesn't happen in Coimbra.
Yeah.
So it's both physical things like helping with something, also the emotional support, at least for myself.
Yeah. I do agree with that, and it's mostly, at least when I'm home with my parents, I'm almost always in my room all the time, but it's like I know that they are in the rest of the house, and I just can get out of my room and go talk to them or just enjoy their company. And when I'm in Coimbra, I can't really do that because they're back at home. And I'm not even like texting or calling. It's not the same thing. I hate calling people, so it doesn't really work that well for me. Like, it's good to have that distance between your parents at a certain point, but you also miss like having them with you there, just company. Like, it's familiar. Like, you're in this new world by yourself, and you know that your parents are still there. Yeah.
So, what's your main strategy to deal when you get your anxiety or you don't have that emotional support from your parents? On what do you rely on? Do you try to do things alone? Were you able to make new friends, like housemates? I don't know if you share houses or not in Coimbra. We hear about the student life a lot. We really don't remember how it was. So if you guys would like to share, really, what is your main coping strategy with this anxiety and stress that you have to deal on a almost daily basis?
There are no wrong answers, okay?
Okay.
Watching Netflix on your couch is a valid answer, okay?
Okay. Well, I always consider myself someone really calm and really rational. So what I always try to do is to live day by day and hour by hour. Yeah. So, for example, in the morning, I have to go to school, and because I have classes and study, then I will care about going to school, getting classes, and study. Nothing else. I'll try not to overthink about the rest of my day or about all of this stuff. If I'm coming back from school, I have to do lunch. I'll do lunch in the better way, in the best way. So I'll put a video to watch. I'll do it calmly. I'll do it. I mean, something that it helps me a lot. It's try. I know it's hard to say, but try not to overthink about like the next day or the next week. Okay, I have an exam next week. Yeah, fine. I'll study for it. But if I am studying, I'm not thinking about the exam. I'm thinking about my study. So once I am a really calm person, I always try to just stay focused on what I'm doing about my activities, and it helps me to forget a little bit about the outside or the problems that I have to deal also. Okay, I don't have money. No, I don't have money, but I also have to study. So let's focus on the study so I forget I don't have money. And this way of thinking, also we can make it happen. For example, if I hang out with friends, it's a way for me to just leave myself a little bit out of my body, and I just enjoy with them. I waste some time with them. So we go out, we have dinner, we stay together, we play games, and it's a way so I can forget a little bit about the outside, focus on myself, and have some fun. I don't know, something like that.
I think we can call that being mindful, like doing one thing at a time.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you thought about the fact that you're mindful? Maybe.
Yes, because I'm rational, as I said.
What about you, Barbara?
I'm the complete opposite. I overthink a lot of stuff. Like, I know I have an exam soon, so I will be thinking about that even while studying. So I just stop and can't study or do anything else because the exam is there knocking on the door. So I just have to force myself into being mindful, or else I cannot cope with the stress. In the first days when I came to Coimbra, like, I got accepted and stuff, I cried quite a lot because I was alone, and it wasn't really my first choice. I wanted to go to Porto because it was nearer my family, friends as well. I would have someone that I knew at the University of Porto. But at the same time, I now think it was way better that I stayed here in Coimbra. Here? No, but in Coimbra. Because I feel way more confident now in myself. And I talk to new people. I can easily, maybe not that easily sometimes, but it's way easier than it was before coming to Coimbra and spending like a week alone before coming back home.
Do you feel like your personalities have something to do with the way you deal with stress?
Probably.
Me as well.
How do they help?
Or don't help. It can be both things.
I am a very quiet person, so I just almost have a full conversation with myself instead of other people.
I am extrovert at the maximum you can think. So being with my friends and listening to their opinions, it helps me a lot. It calms me a lot also. And I think it's part of me talking and just putting all of my feelings out if I need to talk to someone. Because I'm stressed or anxious with something, I need to talk to someone. I go to friends and that's it. Also, my parents are a really trustable person for me to talk about these topics. I feel comfortable with them a lot. So I also talk a lot to them if I need to. And it's part of my personality.
So we've tackled that school is, for both of you, like the main stress motive at the moment. But if we were to erase school, okay, so you don't have to worry about school, you're done, you're a psychologist, you are a business administrator, what would be then the thing to stress about? Like, if it's not school, that it's getting on your nerves, what else is probably making you feel that in that way?
For me, it would probably work because if I was already a psychologist, I would like have to listen to people talk about their own problems, and I would probably struggle in the beginning, like to separate my own feelings from theirs and try to be rational. I can do that, but it always ends up affecting, at least right now, because there are some people who, okay, they have problems and stuff. There are others who have them and don't want to be helped. And I will have to learn to have patience with those people instead of just saying, you need to want help first. And I know that there will probably be some problems, like some people who will come with problems that will affect me a lot. And I know that will be a struggle and a factor of my stress, but I'm prepared for it still. I'm ready. Just face that.
Do you think that this kind of initiative, like we're doing this podcast, could actually help young people dealing with anxiety and stress? Like in a more of an informal way? Because sometimes if you are more of an introvert and you don't like to talk, do you think that people hearing you share your experiences will help them?
It always does a bit. Because like you're not alone. Like there's someone else that feels the same thing you're feeling. So
Yeah, I think not only watching podcasts, like seeing our examples here, but imagine that someone creates a project of like doing podcasts with random people. If someone of these random people are introvert and they come here and they see this as a normal conversation, a friendly conversation, it's a way of practicing like speaking or being less shy, or practicing, for example, if you're going to have like a future presentation on your school. Anyways, so it helps a lot, I guess.
Would you say that most young people would agree with, for example, your topics of anxiety? Because, for example, so we work with you multiple times, different versions of young people. Different versions of young people. So from the introvert kind to the extrovert kind to the middle type of kind of young people. And one thing, for example, that they tell us a lot that makes them stress is, for example, the fear of missing out, which is really... don't you know what it is?
The fear of what?
Fear of missing out, which is basically this fear that you are behind in life, especially created by social media and everything that you consume there. So what is your take on that?
Actually, it matches with the question that you said before, like what was our fear for after, like imagine that we finished school. I don't have to imagine that I finished college. Like right now, I am already thinking about what I'm going to do after college. And yes, of course, working is something for me. But for example, I don't know if right after college I want to work. So I also want to do volunteer. I also want to do like different type of activities, because once you start working, you have to work to pay your bills and You see? Anyways, and I think it relates a lot with what you asked, because how did you ask again?
If the fear of missing out is something that is related to social media, if it's something that you feel as well.
Yeah, I can relate about what I want to do after college, because I don't know what I want to do with the fear of missing out. Because many people in my class already know, okay, I want to finish the bachelor's and then I want to do master, or then I want to work in this company, or I want to do my internship at this organization, or blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what is the option that I'm going to choose for the next semester of class. Mm-hmm. So yes, I fear that I'm missing out, because a lot of my friends just have like plans for the future, and I don't even know what I'm going to do next week. But that's part about being mindful.
Yeah. One thing at a time.
I do agree. There's like a lot of people have the fear of missing out, and not only on the future. Like, I also don't have any concrete plans. I know I want to be a psychologist. That's all I know. But I don't know what I want to do yet, in which organization yet. I don't even know what exists out there yet. But I'm leaving that when I'm almost finishing college. I don't want to think about it in my first semester. But aside from the future, people have also the fear of missing out right now, like seeing everyone go to parties and dating life and everything, and like, if you don't do that, you are feeling a bit behind, because, okay, everyone is having fun. I felt like that, but I know that if I went to that party, I would not enjoy it, because it is just not my thing. Sometimes I do, sometimes I can just go, maybe drink a bit or not, but that's it. I cannot go constantly because it drains my social energy. And it's about knowing that not everyone will enjoy the same thing, and surrounding yourself with people who want the same with you, because the fear then just disappears at least a little bit.
That's a really good point you made there. And you brought in the dating situation, because we were talking about school and work, and, relationships matter, and they can also create a lot of stress and anxiety. So what do you feel like the fear of missing out? Do you think it kind of relates of what you think you are missing out on? Does everyone has the same idea of fun?
No.
No.
That was a quick answer.
I mean, I like to go to parties, which I think it's opposite of Barbara. And I think I have more social energy than a normal human would have, because I feel not sad, but I feel that I'm missing out if I don't go to a party with my friends. I feel that, okay, maybe I should be having fun, and I'm missing the fun. I not only should be, but I am here at home missing it. So yes, we can see like this fear of missing out, which is something that I just discovered, but it sounds really interesting. It's not only about like 5 years or future. It's about last weekend. Like, I missed something at the party. Am I gonna miss something? It's gonna happen something interesting, and I'm not there. And it can cause someone like some anxious to someone or stress situations.
Yeah, I would like to add that for both of you and for anyone listening, that no one knows what they are actually doing. I would like just to make you both calm about this, because even as adults, we keep discovering adults. Let's put adults, because we are maybe more premium, but we are not much better.
Vintage.
But like, I think we keep discovering new parts of ourselves, and what we wanted like 5 years ago, it's not the same that we want for now. It won't be the same that we will want for 5 years. So if someone is telling you, oh, I won't know what I want, yes, you do know now. Okay, yes, telemóvel. Luís.
Let's ignore it.
So, because you are not actually supposed to know exactly what you're going to be doing. It's good to have an idea. I think it's beneficial, but I don't think you're missing out exactly for not knowing that. Because you might think, for example, you want to be a psychologist, and maybe you'll be there in an office with your patients and you'll be like, no, I hate being a psychologist. So like, I think this is all about being in the moment and understanding what will work for us in the moment. And not to fear, because, for example, social media and all the dating life and the partying and everything else, it's unrealistic. I mean, we all have social media. We all see what's going there. And we know, for example, I don't know if you are active on social media.
I am.
You are?
Me too.
Yeah.
You know.
That you, I know. But, for example, you won't post a story if you're having a terrible day, correct?
Yes.
Or if you're on your pajamas on the couch, correct?
Yes.
So I think we should take everything we see on social media with a grain of salt, because we only post, the good things. Like when I'm traveling, work traveling, I do post a lot. Most of the year I'm not there, but on those moments. So just to say, like, it is a real thing. A lot of young people do have this fear of missing out, and they do struggle with what's going to be next. But you have time, and take it easy, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the advice.
Yeah. And if you were to give an advice to people your age on this topic and on how to deal with these things, what would it be?
I mean, if you are someone who is already in the college, who everything's going well until right now, don't worry about the next days. It's going to be fine. Trust yourself. If you don't pass the exam, it's fine. If you don't manage to go to that party, it's fine. It's okay. Next week is a different week. Enjoy the moment. And I guess that's it. It helps. It works for me a lot. And this is the advice that I always tell to all of my friends, is just to try to focus at the moment so you can enjoy the moment. And I guess that's it.
Yeah, I would tell people to... Sometimes when you're feeling a lot of anxiety or fear or something, or you're just having a really bad day, I just say, like my father does sometimes, just sleep it off. Sleep, take a nap, or just sleep and wake up the next day. And you'll notice it was not that bad. It was not that serious. It can feel really bad at the moment, but you will eventually overcome and look back and say, look, why was I so anxious about this? Life has kept moving on. I have another opportunities. If I fail this exam or something, I will have opportunity in the future. It sometimes can be a little bit harder, but it's not that serious at the end of the day. So just, you can let yourself feel the anxiety and stuff, but if something, sleep it off, wake up the next day, and it's a new day to start.
So thank you so much to you both for sharing and for being part of this episode. You really brought some important things to the table for us to discuss and help give some different perspective on anxiety and stress and, I don't know, maybe even the pressure to have fun. So I would like to thank you both for coming. And
so once more, thank you so much. I love the advice from both of you. I would also just add, shake it off. I've heard this recently. Just shake it off. If you move your body a little, it will feel less stressful. So I would say pop some Taylor Swift and actually shake it off. But thank you so much. Thanks for everyone listening. If you enjoyed, please keep listening and share this episode with one of your stressed out friends, because we will be having more fun ones. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.